Hello and welcome back to Vlogtober. Today we are going to talk about the 5 non-sexual ways to show your husband love. And while we are talking about this, I'm going to mend my husband's jeans, and you will kind of see that come into play on number 4 of our list of ways to show our husband love. Now, full disclosure, I did speed up this video just a little bit because it was going to be really long otherwise. So I'm not actually mending these quite this fast. So this is one of the things that I thought is something that is really good to talk about and discuss and to share ideas about. Obviously, this is going to vary a lot depending on your husband, what his love language is, how he feels love. But here's some general ideas to get you started, and if one of them doesn't work for you and your spouse, hopefully the other 4 do. Or you can easily come up with something to fill in for the one that doesn't work. For number 1, we have listen to him talk about his hobbies and interests. And when I say listen, I mean like really listen. Listen to him, try to learn as much as you can so that way over time you can be more knowledgeable about this. For my husband, there is so many different hobbies that he has. Big ones are equipment and doing things with equipment, and then there will be like a short-term passion projects, hobbies. There might even just be farm things that he gets really into. So like this year it is chopping silage. So I have listened to my husband talk and discuss silage and how to make it and the rate to feed it out at and the different ways to store it so much. But this is what interests him. This is what is his passion. So just as I would want him to listen to me talk about the things that matter to me, that I am passionate about, and get excited about the things that I'm excited about, he's gonna want the same for the things that he's excited about. I feel like in marriage it would be hypocritical of us as wives to want our husbands to be interested in the things that we're interested in, to listen to us talk about our latest obsession, and then be like, oh, just I can't hear another thing about cars or trucks or hunting or gaming or silage shopping or whatever it is, because we find that boring. What kind of message does it send to our husbands if what we're telling him is the thing that you think about like all the time I find repulsive and boring, and please don't bother me with that? Like, that is so not a loving thing to portray to our husbands or to show our husband. So that is the first way to show him love. The second way is to make his favorite foods. So there's the old saying, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I personally love making food. Sometimes it stresses me out and I'm just overwhelmed if it's been a long day, but overall I do really love making food. But even if you don't love making food, even if you, for whatever reason, that's not really something that you can do right now, it could be picking up his favorite snack from the store. When I am making meal plans, which I use that term very loosely, when I'm thinking about the meals I'm going to be making the next several days, or I'm at the grocery store shopping, I try to think of something that I can make or get for my husband that he would really enjoy, while also thinking about his health. Sometimes he has some gut stuff going on, so sweet stuff isn't a great option, but I can think of like, okay, he really loves mashed potatoes and pork chops and green beans. I can make that for dinner. It's an easy meal, he loves it. Or I can make him a lasagna, which is one of his favorite meals, or tacos. Or I could just lay off on adding in some of the things that are really healthy and that I like that he doesn't particularly care for in a meal, such as adding beans to everything, or I would say liver powder, but he doesn't really notice when I do that. So for your husband, it's going to definitely depend on what his interests, what his favorite foods are. If you're making his lunch, include a special sweet treat or snack in there, or make a special meal that you know he will like. Bonus points if it's something you don't super love but he absolutely loves, because I feel like there's something super special about presenting something to someone you love that costs you a little bit but doesn't really cost you. It's a way of saying, like, I see you, I know this is your favorite meal. It's not mine, but I am happily eating it and making it for you and sharing it with you because I love you so much and I just want you to feel loved. That is our goal here, is to just shower love on our husbands and thank them for being as amazing as they are. If your husband's anything like mine, they're stinking amazing. Even if they can be infuriating at times, in general, they are just amazing and wonderful. And we are very thankful to not be in the dating scene anymore and to have to worry about that. The third and non-sexual way to show your husband love is non-sexual physical touch. Now, this is kind of dependent on your husband's love languages. I think there are certain aspects of this that basically every guy likes because he's not averse to physical touch. My husband actually has physical touch as one of his love languages, so he really enjoys it just in general. Even for guys that's not that, I feel like, you know, a good back rub is greatly appreciated by just about any guy. So this could be something, back rubs, back scratches, especially if there's someone who comes home sore. Learning how to do a really good back rub using a good lotion or something, maybe even like a muscle rub to really help loosen up the muscles is definitely great. Yeah, back rubs, back scratches, holding hands, a quick hug or kiss. This isn't even like physical touch necessarily, but even just smiling at each other, like making sure when you make eye contact, you smile at them. Just touching them as you're passing, just being like, hey, I see you, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you for all you do. Sitting next to each other on the couch, if you're gonna watch a movie or read together, just choosing that physical proximity, even when it's not going anywhere, just to show him that you love him. Show him that you want to be near him still. The fourth non-sexual way to show your husband love is by saving money. So again, this might not apply to all husbands, but I know that one of the things that I can do for my husband that he really appreciates is being frugal to save the money that he's worked so hard for. So that is why I am mending his jeans right here, because he wears out his jeans so fast. These jeans are only like a month old and already had multiple holes in them. So I'm just going through, and there was a big one right kind of in the crotch area, which was obviously a huge issue because don't want him to be showing his underwear off. So one of the things I can do to show him love is to make sure that his jeans last, so we're not spending all of his money on silly stuff. That is by tempering my desire for new and fun things. I can do that by eating, again, foods that he likes, but doing it in a cost-conscious way, by turning off lights when we are not using them. Any of these things that you can do to save money can really help him feel like you appreciate the hard work he's putting in to earn the money. I would love to hear below what are some of your favorite ways to save money as a homemaker. Honestly, one of the biggest ways that I save money as a homemaker and get more done around the house is just not leaving the house a ton. I find that when I leave the house, one, I'm spending money on gas. Two, I'm not around the house doing the stuff that allows us to save as much money as we do. So there's more like convenience foods that we consume. And then three, usually I'm going shopping some way, whether that's thrifting or grocery shopping or whatever. So I find that our lifestyle works better if I stay home about 5 days of the week, give or take, depending on the week. Then there's some weeks that I'm gone out of the house every day. But for us, it tends to work better if I stay home and I can manage things a bit better. Plus, I'm an introvert, so let's be honest, I didn't want to leave the house every day of the week anyways. So the last and probably most important thing that we can do, non-sexual way that we can show our husband love, is to be joyful and peaceful. Now, this is probably one of my biggest failings on this list, and one that I'm really, really, really trying to work on, because I can be incredibly grumpy and angry, which is not attractive or good or moral or virtuous. There are few things that a husband enjoys more than coming home to a peaceful and joyful wife. When she greets him when he comes in with a smile on her face, not much else can matter really in that moment. As long as he didn't like trip on anything coming through the door, if he comes home to find you happy and not completely stressed out beyond your mind, that is a way to show him love. That is a way to show him that you appreciate him. It's a way to show your kids your love for each other and your love for them, which again, is something I'm struggling with. So if you have any great tips on how to overcome a tendency toward anger and sharpness in tone of voice, I would love them, because that is something I'm working on. One of the things I have found helpful is obviously prayer and time with God, although sometimes I feel like that can backfire because I like sit down to do my quiet time with God and the kids will come and interrupt me, and then I'm yelling at them because I'm trying to get more spiritual, and that is not really the whole point that we're going for here. But prayer, and then focusing on being grateful for all the things God has done for us, being grateful for the life that we have, being grateful for all the things that our husband has done for us. Anytime we can be more grateful, I find that it really helps with peace and joy in our lives. So those are my 5 non-sexual ways to show love to your husband. I would love to hear, especially from people who have been married a lot longer than 7 years, which is how long we've been married now, how you show your husband love, because I think it's always really helpful to bring back a lot of that romance into your marriage, aside from the sexual aspect of your marriage, which is very much important and very much integral to most marriages, unless there's a reason why it can't be. There's so much more to marriage than that. And I think working on the other side of it can just lead even to that being so much better. Because if the two of you feel loved and connected, it's going to make your whole life better in every aspect, in every way. So this is my list as someone who's been married 7 years, still have a ton to learn. Hopefully I have many decades of marriage left. I would love to hear below your thoughts. I will talk to you tomorrow. God bless. Bye.